Hello guys! Today we're going to learn how VFX artists composite CGI and blend 3D objects into live-action footage. So here's a playback review of the original footage I'll be working with. So first, I'll transform the color mood of the footage into something more epic. To do this, I'll apply a filter to desaturate all its colors by adding the green isolation effect. Next, I'll add color grading. Now, I'm going to play with the color wheels by reducing the intensity of both the gamma and gain. I proceed forward by adding red and green color to the gamma and gain. So I intentionally combined green on gamma and red on gain because it helps create tense or chaotic mood to a scene. Moving on to the channel mixer. So I'm going to change channel output from red to green. I'll tweak the red amount down, increase the green to +4, and decrease the blue to -2. I'll also increase the temperature and tint. With all these adjustments done, we've created a bloodthirsty mood to our scene. For now, I'll turn off the color grading visibility. Next, I'll add a burning car green screen footage. Then, I'll go to the mask and select chroma key to remove the green background. Since the green screen footage has more red, I'll increase the red intensity and reduce the blue intensity. Now it looks better. To enhance the light's quality, I added a shape layer over the burning car and resized it to fit. Then, I blended the shape layer with the burning car by selecting the overlay mode. Next, I changed the color of the shape layer to match the fire color. To blend the edges of the shape, I increased the blur. I'm going to do some little adjustments on the shape size. So here's a before and after effect. Now I'm just going to mask out the writings on the edge of the green screen footage. Moving forward, I added the zombie green screen footage and properly positioned it to fit the background frame. To create a more natural and realistic view, I moved the zombie footage forward. Now it looks natural. This creates a scenario where the zombie is walking towards the burning car. Next, I added the chroma key to remove the green background. Again, I increased the red intensity as there are shadows on the green screen. I also increased the green screen opacity, also known as alpha. Now that we have a more polished tone, here's a playback review. So I feel the shape layer doesn't serve as a realistic fire reflection enough, so I'll add a glow effect to the shape layer. Next, I turned off the glow alpha and reduced its intensity. I also adjusted the threshold and reduce the white balance of the glow color. I'm also going to reduce the spread of the glow effect, and again reduce the intensity amount. To make the reflection edge look more realistic, I turned on distortion and changed the distortion type to fire. And properly adjusting the fire noise can create a more realistic flame effect on the shape edges. Now, here's a before and after. As you can see, there's a big difference between them in terms of quality and likeness. So now I'm going to proceed and import the 3D helicopter model. I'm going to adjust the size and rotation to position the 3D model to fit well in the background footage. The video description includes a download link for this 3D model, as well as other assets used in this video tutorial. So next I'm going to turn on the animation option. So we only have 2 animations available. Tweaking the evolution also allow you to view animation display. So I'm going to go with animation 2. I simply add keyframes to add animation to the 3D model. For more details on how Node Video 3D modeling works, check this video description where you'll find a full tutorial link that covers everything about Node Video 3D modeling and animation. So I proceed by going to the transformation panel and add keyframes to the position and rotation to create motion movements. With that done, here's a playback review. So I'm just going to add some little adjustments to the helicopter takeoff. Next, I'm going to add texture to the 3D model. I'm going to expand the scale size of the texture to 1777. I move the texture forward behind the 3D model and turn off texture visibility. Now I go to the 3D model material and apply the texture. So I'm going to increase the light direction and reflection. Now here's how it looks with the texture added to the 3D model. Finally, I'm going to return to the background footage and turn on the color grading visibility. Now I'm going to blend the helicopter to the background footage. To do this, I'll add a red tint filter to the 3D model. Unfortunately, it's not possible to do this directly on the 3D model, so I'll add the filter to the texture material instead. So I'm going to select the red tint filter. Next, I'll reduce the opacity of the filter. And I'll also change the 3D model's tint to a faded red. This way, the helicopter blends with the background footage. I'll move forward by adding a dust effect to the helicopter takeoff. Now, I'll adjust the size of the dust effect and position it. To composite the dust effect properly, I'll switch from basic transformation to 3D transformation panel. This way I can easily control and properly position the effect layer. To remove the background, I'll open the material options, click on blend mode, and select pre-multiplied transparency, and reduce the opacity to 0.50, which will remove the black screen background. Finally, I'll add a red tint filter to the dust effect, allowing me to blend the dust layer with the background footage. And I'm going to add additional tint that also works like a filter. It applies a color tone to the object by changing its overall appearance. Next, I'm also going to blend the zombie to the background. To do that, I'll go to the Effect Store, flip to Stylize, and then select the Bump Map effect. In the Node Video app, I frequently use this effect to blend my object layers with the background footage. So I achieve this by changing the bump map type to layer. Next, I'll also change the light type from directional light to point light, as it adds more lighting and helps highlight specific objects, in this case, the zombie. To add more like a fire reflection on the zombie appearance, I'll adjust its color. And the ambient color feature allows me to add a background color, thereby creating depth to make the zombie shadows look more realistic. Now let's compare the before and after effects. I'll duplicate and position the zombie layer to fill the dead space in the background footage. After duplicating and compositing the zombie layer, I also decided to add a bat green screen footage to make the scene look as horror-like as possible. I trimmed the footage to determine where I wanted the flying bat to start from. Then I applied the chroma key and tweaked the red and blue intensity to improve the edge quality between the subject and the background. Next, I adjusted and positioned the bat overlay to fit the background horizon. I added keyframes to the opacity to create a fade-out animation at the end point of the bat green screen footage. To add more natural details to the scene, I went to the fill property and added a smoke effect overlay. I then changed the smoke color to match the background color. I reduced the smoke intensity to create a more natural-looking composition. Now that we're done compositing all the layer elements, I'll reduce the timeline duration to remove unnecessary parts of the project. Finally, here's a playback review. Congratulations to you if you made it to the end of this video tutorial. So thank you for watching, and if you found this video tutorial helpful, please kindly drop us a like and subscribe for more videos like this. Until next time, stay blessed.